This video will be testing the industry card and how it's used when building cities and all of its functions. First, in Objective 19.1, we should be able to identify that it's been selected, and we should be able to handle this process. It should allow us to select cities. So I'll start the game, and selecting the industry card, we can go see that the industry card has been selected, and it now allows us to build cities. And this is true. And this allows, and once it's been selected, we should not be able to select any other cards or any other rival cards. They have no inputs. And it should display all of the city locations that can be built on. And this can be it has to be 3 tiles away, but it cannot be within 2 tiles of any other player cities. And it should go for all of the current player cities, and this should work for all instances, including ones on the edge. And we can see this has worked, since there would be locations if the board was larger. It would be 3 away, but since it's too close to this city, but we can see on the edge it works here as it's 2 away, but it's 3. And this works for all the cities. It's produced here, and you can see where the locations are for pressing and building a city. And handling should be dealt with this note, and we'll move on to that once we start building cities, as at the moment there are many locations as the board is very empty. So it should, when we select the tile, it should be handled to make sure that it's one of the selected tiles that is being shown, and it should be checked as a valid place to build a city, and it should be processed. If it's not a valid location, it should not be processed at all. And it should no longer be able to build cities after placing the number of cities that are allowed. We should reset and go. And if they've got more cities to build, then it should be refreshed and they can place more cities. At the moment, we should only be able to place 1 city, since the industry card has not been upgraded and we've got no extra bonuses. So simply, if I attempt to click on a tile that's not valid, it should not build anything. Shouldn't do anything. Pressing on this, pressing off the board, and then we can click on a valid space. It should build our city very nicely. So we've got no more cities. It now moves to our next go, and this should work for both players. And we can see it gets right onto the edge for both of these, and we can build another one. So it works for both players. And on the note of 20.3, it should no longer, if we have more cities to build, and this happens when we get the upgraded version of the industry card here, so we can upgrade our industry card. We can do this for both players. And we can see we should now be able to place 2 cities. So we refresh our valid locations, and we can see this is 2 away from both of these cities, but within range of 3. So, and we can see that we've now got an extra city to build. And when we place the city, it should refresh, as it says, and it should refresh, and it should be repeated. The process should be repeating of showing the tiles, and you should be allowed to build another city. So if we place here, we can see it's refreshed, and tiles that were available, like here and here, were available, are no longer available since they're within 2 tiles of this, and we still have available things. And now, because we have that extra token to build another city, we can build an additional city, and there we go, we've completed that. And this works with both players. And if we start building towards our enemy, and now it should be applied here. It says close to rival cities as well. It should filter out when rival cities are being too close. And we should see here, this, whenever we build this, we should see that it's quite close to this rival city. So now this tile is within range of 3, but it's too close, so it should not be an option when we select here. And we can see it's too close to this rival city, but these are not. And we can start building again here, and it's refreshed, still too close to this city, so we can continue building our cities. And the same goes for this. We can build this way. And this should work for when we upgrade the industry card again. And we can do that for both players. And we can see how the board is eventually growing in size with cities. And eventually the spaces are going to start to run out. This is what I'm going to show here. When there's no more city locations to build, it will filter out and your go will be forfeited. So we can build some cities over here. Build right in the middle. Place here. 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 And eventually we're gonna run out of spaces to build, which is ideal. Here, 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 and it's only available spaces. We've got quite a few down here. 2, 3. Yeah. Here. And how many spaces have we got left? And you can see there's no spaces available for this blue character to build cities, as not within any of their ranges, as it will be too close to any of these rival cities. But here we can see this player does have some spaces and it's still showing places to build. Now normally this player will be allowed to select 3 cities, but once we've clicked this one, there should be no more spaces on the board at all, and their go should finish. And there we go. And now whenever you try building another city, your go is forfeited since the board is full. Yes, this is 20.5. The process should work a number of times. They can build as many as they wanted, as we can see, until they can no longer build.